Welcome to your custom deep dive. Today our mission is extracting the most vital takeaways from an HDTVSupply product page. It's featuring the DataVideo CAP-2A HDMI to USBC capture box.
Right, a really cool piece of tech.
Yeah, and we are basically figuring out why this $299 device matters so much for live streaming. I mean, to understand it, try to imagine someone speaking a highly complex, specialized technical dialect, right?
Okay, yeah.
And you need it translated into everyday conversational language instantly. That is essentially what this capture box does. It takes the raw, uncompressed HDMI video signal from a high-end camera and, translates it into a standard USB video class protocol.
Which is huge because it tricks your computer into seeing a $5,000 cinema camera as just a simple plug-and-play webcam.
Wait, really? Just like a standard webcam?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the hardware to do that conversion isn't entirely new, but we are seeing this fascinating market shift here. We're getting professional broadcast-level specifications completely crammed into these consumer-friendly plug-and-play devices.
Okay, but we have to talk about the sheer volume of data moving through this tiny translator. The CAP-2A handles 4K video at 30 frames per second, right?
Right, and HD video at a blistering 120 frames per second.
Yeah, which is insane. And it pushes all of this through a USB-C 3.2 connection at 5 gigabits per second.
That's a massive amount of data.
It is. So if we're moving that much continuous data, like a massive fire hose or a high-speed bullet train running on a single track, what happens when it hits a standard everyday laptop? Does it just choke?
Well, yeah, the laptop is absolutely going to struggle unless it has the processing power to actually catch and route those trains. The capture box is, it's really just a bridge.
Okay, so the computer still does the heavy lifting.
Exactly. Once that 5 gigabits of raw video data hits the computer's CPU has to encode and compress it in real time. That's the only way it can actually be streamed over the internet to platforms like Twitch or YouTube.
So it claims to be plug and play, but your machine still has to pull its weight. What are the actual system requirements to handle this without freezing?
You will need at least an 8th generation Intel Core i3 on Windows,
Mm-hmm.
or a 3.6 gigahertz quad-core i7 for a Mac.
Okay.
But more importantly, it strictly demands 16 gigabytes of dual-channel RAM.
I see dual channel thrown around on spec sheets all the time. Is that just a marketing buzzword, or does the dual part actually matter for video capture?
Oh, it matters immensely here. Think of standard single-channel RAM as a one-lane highway.
Right.
When you dump a massive 4K video feed onto it, you get an immediate traffic jam. Dual-channel memory physically opens up a second lane to the processor.
Ah, so doubling the data transfer rate.
Exactly right. You need both lanes wide open so the computer can process that massive video feed without, dropping frames or completely freezing up.
Wow, okay. So we have this really heavy-duty data transfer process, but the device facilitating it is physically tiny. I mean, it weighs 75 grams.
Yeah, practically nothing.
It's roughly the size of a deck of cards. It runs on Windows, Mac, Linux, and works with OBS or even just a normal Zoom call.
Totally universal.
But looking at the ports on this little deck of cards, there's a 3.5 millimeter stereo line in sitting alongside the HDMI, and I am a bit confused by that.
How so?
Well, HDMI signals natively carry audio alongside the video, right? So adding a separate audio input seems totally redundant.
For capturing simple home videos, maybe. But for content creation, that separate line-in is really the secret weapon that elevates a broadcast.
Really?
Yeah, because a camera's built-in microphone usually sounds hollow and terrible. Ends up catching every echo in the room.
True, but couldn't you just plug a nice USB microphone directly into the computer?
You could, but then your computer has to process the heavy video feed coming from the capture card.
Right.
And the audio feed coming from the USB mic completely separately.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Yeah, that is a classic recipe for audio sync issues. Where the on-screen lips move half a second before the sound actually hits your audience's ears.
Oh, that is the worst to watch.
It completely ruins the illusion. But by plugging a professional mixing board or a high-end microphone directly into this capture box's line-in, the audio and video are perfectly synced together at the hardware level.
Wow, before they ever even reach the computer.
Right. It creates a flawless, layered soundscape effortlessly without needing extra software.
That is brilliant. So for $299, this 75-gram piece of metal condenses heavy-duty 4K capture and hardware-level audio mixing into something you can just throw in a backpack.
Yeah, it completely strips away the technical friction so creators can just focus on the actual live event or gaming stream they're producing.
Because the most valuable tools in production are the ones you don't even have to think about once they're plugged in.
Exactly. They just work.
Which leaves you wondering something. If a device the size of a deck of cards, running entirely off power from a single USB port, can process 4K video and mix live professional audio, what does the future hold for those massive, expensive, traditional broadcast control rooms? Are we rapidly approaching a reality where a professional TV studio fits completely inside your pocket?